Yes, my dear friend, it is a beautiful morning here in Southeast Asia, Malaysia to be precise. Wherever you are around the globe, I'm excited to come your way again. Yeah, today is Thursday and we are almost heading to the weekend once again. There is a lot of international matches that are to be played tomorrow and till next week. Most of our players are on international break. And some are also still at Cobham, training with the coaches. Those that have to go through rehabilitation, they are also at Surrey, going through rehabilitation. Rhys James, Romeo Lavia, and the rest of the squad members who are not very fit yet, they are undergoing rehabilitation at Cobham. Those that are fit, like Trevor Chalobah and co, that are fit but were not called by their national team, they are at Cobham training with the coach. They trained on Tuesday and they trained yesterday. Hopefully, they'll be going back again today for another training. Yes, we cannot rest. We cannot rest as a Chelsea team right now, as we are right now. With our position on the league table, there is no rest for Chelsea. We must continue to work until we see ourselves on top. We belong to the top, and that is what Chelsea need to do. Our coaches, thank God, they are beginning to realize that Chelsea as a football club deserves to be somewhere else, not a mid-table. They are whatever they want to say about project or long-term project. Yes, it is a project, but we demand for a team that is there to win. Chelsea is supposed to be a winning team. Chelsea is a top 4 team, and that is what we are demanding for. Listen, you see, I'm excited to note yesterday that Chelsea supporters trust wrote to Todd Boehly. Yes. Our trust, even though I have not yet registered with them, Chelsea fans base, there's a trust. There's a fund, you can register even as a Chelsea supporter and you're part of the trust. They wrote to Todd Boehly and Behdad Eghbali about Chelsea's fans' concerns about ticket prices, claiming lack of engagement could lead to irreversible toxicity. Let me tell that again. Chelsea supporters trust wrote to Todd Boehly and Behdad Eghbali about Chelsea's fans' concerns about ticket prices, claiming lack of engagement could lead to irreversible toxicity. Now, if you were to be in UK or you want to visit Chelsea right now to watch any of our games live at a stadium, the prices these new owners came in, they increased the prices. Some of the increments are just astronomical compared to teams like Manchester City and Arsenal. I read only a few days ago when I saw Manchester City, they increased their price by only 5%, and even that, the fan base is not happy about it. The fan base wrote to the club that the 5% increment is too much. Now, Chelsea, could you believe that? Chelsea, right now as we speak, there's a ticket price that costs £5,000. You know that? Yeah. There's a ticket price. The game against Manchester United, if you want to sit behind the dugout, behind the coaches, behind the players, you are going to be paying not less than £5,000. We understand such seats, such places are expensive, but it is just too astronomical. It is too much. The fan base is not happy, and the fan base is not happy also because of lack of communication from these new owners. These new owners, they refuse, they have been mute, they don't communicate to the fan base, nothing, and we don't know the direction at which the club is taking. They are just there and they want to do it their own way. Profit. There is no regard for the fan base. They got a letter back from the CEO, Chris Jurasek, who spoke about the necessity to increase revenue to put us on par with our rivals, which is never true. On par with our rivals, every other club, we are charging the highest, ticket prices. We are. Chelsea Football Club, we are charging the highest ticket prices in the UK, in the EPL. Now, my problem as somebody who doesn't go to the stadium My problem is the lack of communication from the owners, lack of direction from the owners. You will say the previous owners, Eghbali doesn't communicate, doesn't come to the whole press conference, doesn't issue statements. Yes, but his communication is by his action. Eghbali's communication comes from his actions. When Eghbali took over Chelsea, we saw the result. As soon as he came in, he began to sign players. He signed quality players. He signed Jose Mourinho. In that first season, he delivered EPL title. Second season, he delivered EPL title. That is how he was speaking. This new owners, your first season is over. We are now in your second season, and it looks like the club, the direction the club is heading, we don't know, we are not sure. Listen, without wasting much of your time, let me go through a few things that the letter written by the Chelsea Fan Trust to the board. Let me go to Chelsea, to Eghbali and Todd Boehly. They pointed out a few things. About 8 things they pointed out. They said coach prices up to 53 pounds more. Shirt cost £5 increase. Cup fixture ticket £1 to £13 increase. Program cost 50 pence increase and approximately 30 pence fewer pages. Food and drinks in general admission areas 5% to 15% increase estimate. Youth fixtures ticket £2 increase. Chelsea women ticket price increased by record amount. Obviously, an additional way for you to further increase match day revenue is via ticket price increases. And we understand the club is currently assessing different scenarios, different options and decisions around ticket pricing for next season. Chelsea supporters trust acknowledge you are seeking to optimize income, but we have a significant concern regarding ticket pricing going forward for both season ticket holders and general admission. Listen, they continue, they said the UK currently faces one of the most difficult financial periods in its history. This letter is about 3 pages. I cannot read all. They spoke at length about the ticket pricing. They spoke about lack of communication. They spoke the letter about lack of direction from the owners. And dear friend, after all said and done, the club responded through the chief executive. The letter was addressed to the owners, Behdad, Eghbali, and Todd Boehly. They did not have the time to reply to the fans. Don't forget, last week or so, our brother club, Strasbourg, the fans were also agitated. The fans were agitated, they were angry, they began to protest. Strasbourg. And in that case, there was no response from the owners. But in this case, being the bigger brother, Chelsea, where the main thing is happening, they decided to respond by through the chief executive. Chris Jurasek is the chief executive of Chelsea. They decided to respond through him. And they said, in response to the formal letter from the Chelsea Supporters Trust to Chelsea Football Club, he now break it down. Now, in this response, the man just answered the letter as if he is a politician. Specifically, he only addressed the issue of pricing and ticketing. Every other issue, he just left them down. As if those one doesn't really concern him. He left every other issue out. He never touched on any other issue. Which, again, the Chelsea Fan Trust was not happy about. There was another counter letter again. Dear friend, why am I bringing this up? For you to note that all is not going well with the Chelsea fan base. If the authorities are to be listening to all these voices on the airwaves, on YouTube, in the news, then they will have to act fast, because as it stands right now, the supporters union, the Chelsea Fan Trust, in the letter, they indicated it very clearly. It's better the Chelsea board acts now than to face the wrath of the fans. When the fans begin to protest, it will not go down well with the owners. I don't have the time to read the whole letter for you, but it was stated very clearly. It was not a warning, but it was more like in the form of advice. You better act now, begin to speak to the issues that the fans are raising up, begin to address the situation in the club, begin to find ways of balancing the squad from this youthful age players we are buying to a formidable winning team. A formidable winning team will demand experienced players. If all was to be well, if the team was to be winning, there will not be pressure coming up from the fan base right now. If the squad was balanced enough to win trophies, Chelsea fans wouldn't be doing what they are doing right now. So they advised in their reply back to the chief executive, Chris Jurasek, they made it very clear. The fan base is agitated. You act now or you face the wrath of the fans. When the fans are beginning to take the onus on now, it will not go down well. The stadium will be very hostile to even you, Todd Boehly. The stadium and the fans will be very hostile to you, Eghbali, and you, the chief executive. All of you that will be on that VIP box, you will not like it. And even the players, we saw the little they did to Raheem Sterling. Because when the fans pay money, they come to stadium, they expect to enjoy the game. They expect to enjoy, to have fun. They will not pay money and come to stadium and their team is losing. And they will be on an edge throughout the 90 minutes or 94, 96 minutes. Chelsea fans will be on an edge. No. Well, like they say, a word to a wise is always enough. We cannot say much. We can only voice our anger out, our frustration. And what I'm doing now, I'm representing you, dear friend. Right? So let me hear from you in the comment section what you think about these new owners and their approach of doing things. Have a good morning wherever you are on the globe. I'm excited to bring you all these news updates. I will see you in the next one when you see me, dear friend. Shalom and peace.